Hi, love. Sayeda Johnson here. Welcome to part 2. Part 1 I posted yesterday. It's all about obtaining knowledge. And part 2 today, I really wanted to get into 3 pillars of building your confidence. Today we're going to talk about self. Tomorrow we'll talk about your relationships. And the next day, day 3, we'll talk about business. Okay, so building confidence in self. You guys took a vote in my story and it was very high in percentage for all 3. So I figured it's not enough for me to have that guide there for you to download, which you can download. It's $9, 33 pages of some good in-depth tools to help and motivate you, help you avoid pitfalls, obstacles, and just help you switch your mindset when it comes to your confidence. But why not get on camera, talk to you, and break down a few pointers in all 3 sections, right? So we can start these conversations down in the comments below. So my first tidbit is do not accept what others say to you. That's really big when it comes to your self-confidence, because what you accept and what you take in, even from, as you remember, as a young child, you've had bullies probably, or what your parents said, what society said, what a teacher said. You know, I remember in one of Meek Mill's lyrics where he was just like, his teacher told him he was going to fail. And that's one thing that stuck with him so much that he has written that down in one of his lyrics and put it once he made it. So what people say to us really do affect us. It affects our feelings, affects how we feel about ourselves. But we have to be mindful of that as an adult now, of 1, stripping away what is not of you, and 2, not accepting and caring so much what other people think. I know 50 and 60, 70-year-olds who still care about what people think about them. Therefore, they're not living their lives the way they want to, because they're always conscious about how someone else might think or feel about them. And here's my tidbit on that. I'm going to repeat Gary V when he says people lack perspective of your life, because they do. Another thing, the way someone lives their life is different the way you live yours. They don't have your same type of experiences. They are not you. You're very unique in who you are, how you have walked this path since the day you've entered this world. Therefore, again, what Gary Vee said, people lack perspective of who you are, right? And they might really only experience you in moments or a few years. It does not mean that they know exactly who you are and what's best for you. Only you know that. And so therefore, you have to try very hard, because I know it's very difficult for some people to just not give a fuck what people say about them and what they do, especially if it's not coming from a place of love and compassion or empathy. You have to really question that person, because sometimes people give you advice based off of them, how they feel about themselves or their own experiences, right? If you're all that popping, it's fireworks. They're still doing that. So I apologize for that. So that's something to be very mindful of. Another thing, since we're talking about that, is going into the second point I have, which is cut negative self-talk. Because somebody might tell you you're ugly, somebody might tell you fat, somebody might say I got a big nose, somebody might say, I'm not pretty, or I'm not smart, or I don't know how to talk, or whatever. People have a million things to say that's wrong, what they see and deem that's wrong for you. Well, that don't mean you have to adapt that. That doesn't mean you have to tell yourself every day that you're ugly, or you're fat, or you're not smart, or you're not worthy, or anything that somebody else has said. You have a choice. You have a choice. You can literally take that and be like, you know what? You're a hater. Or, you know what I'm saying? You might feel nasty about yourself, because I've never met someone who loves themselves and who is so positive talk to somebody so nasty and ugly. Never in my life. Have you? So therefore, why should we adapt what they say about us? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sitting here saying if someone's sitting here calling you out on your bullshit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody's putting you down and being ugly and nasty for no damn reason. And that is not something you should take into consideration. You should not be your own bully. You should not be sitting here talking down to yourself. You need to empower yourself every day when you wake up. When you go outside these doors of your house, there's too many people with negativity and something to complain about, and something to talk about, and some type of gossip. And this is how you build strength within yourself, is when you empower yourself, despite the naysayers, despite the gossip, despite whoever. And I don't care if they're your mama, your father, your spouse, your brother, your sister, your friend, or outside, your boss. I don't care who they are, what hierarchy they have, what kind of money they got, or what they look like. You are a human being who is unique and beautiful within your own right. And no one should make you feel low. And you should not allow even yourself to make you feel low. So, I'm going to go to my third point while I wrap this up, is to surround yourself around positivity. Because every single day, you are around certain people. You are talking to people, whether they're your family, your friends, your co-workers. I understand it takes time to move away from the constant people who you've been around, but it's possible. I have done it one by one. I have quit jobs. I have broken up with people. I have cut off family members. Until people get to a space of respect and love and compassion, they're not allowed around me. Period. Me or my child, they're not allowed. Because at the end of the day, I want to receive what I give. If I give light and love and support, I want that back. If I give you, if I uplift you, you are to do that to me. I don't want somebody over here taking up my energy, using me, and then going off about the world and doing them. It's supposed to be a give and receive, equal balance. So I just want you to be thinking about, past, present, who has been putting certain things in your head about you on a negative level. What have you been accepting of that? How can you change that? And who is around you in your surrounding environment that no longer needs to be? And what plan are you going to put in place so that it's no longer there? Because in time, might take months, it might take years, it might not. Some people might be cold turkey with it, but it's necessary. So those are my 3 tips from my self-love confidence guide that I wanted to share with you. And in part 2, we're going to talk about a little bit more about relationships. Okay? Talk to you soon. Leave a comment below on your experience with self-confidence. If one of these three pointers really stuck with you. And if you have any other advice that you want to share with us, please write in the comments, because I'm sure it's going to help somebody else. And I'll talk to you soon.